The third Vienna Energy Forum exceeded the expectations of its organizers in terms of attendance, networking, and exchange of know-how and best practices, both in the public and in the private sectors. The three-day event, which took place in the royal atmosphere of the Hofburg Imperial Palace in the Austrian capital, gathered a record number of participants since its establishment in 2009, from high-level government officials to representatives of the private sector, independent energy experts and academia.
I believe that we've succeeded quite a bit. We started with a small conference of about 500-600 people. It went to about 1,000 people in the second rendition 2 years ago. In this one, we had almost 2,000 people, over 40 ministers and dignitaries, and an additional from about 80 countries. More importantly, we had several institutions and governments partnering with us to do this. It's the only forum right now, we believe, where we discuss energy in its totality. Energy technologies, energy and people's welfare, energy and the sustainable development goals, and energy and the post-2015 agenda.
In Rio+20, world leaders recognized the critical role that energy plays in the development process and committed to facilitating support for the access to energy services for 1.4 billion people worldwide. Access to these services is critical for achieving sustainable development, since it contributes to poverty eradication, saves lives, improves health, and helps provide basic human needs.
So one of our calls for the future will be to go for a nexus, for a combination, for a cross-sectoral approaches in the energy availability, energy access, energy efficiency.
And this involves education in all aspects, in terms of the behavior of the people, in terms of how they use energy, and also education is directly connected to the production. Of course, to getting better science and technology, we need the education.
Both the organizers and the participants were unanimous that the increased interest in the event clearly demonstrates that sustainable industrial development would be hard to achieve without universal energy access and transition towards clean and environmentally friendly technologies.
Basically, renewables are becoming more competitive, and we need to mobilize, therefore, particularly in developing countries, the big energy users that are mostly mine processing industries. These are located in areas that are very good in terms of renewable energy potentials.
We have still not managed to reach out to the public on what is technology-wise already possible. Yeah? And from a policy point of view, here subsidiaries are one way, but the technologies have to be able to sustain on a commercial, viable basis.
Getting a more renewable energy, a larger share of the energy mix as renewable energy is so important if we are to curb the dangerous climate change that we know is happening today. And we have participants at the conference like the Maldives and the Fiji, where that will be heavily and very strongly harmed.
What I feel is that still we do not have that collective will basically to address this humongous issue that we have right in front of us. So that's basically my concern, and that is why I feel that these sort of forums are very important for us to bring this point across to the people concerned.
The forum was initially designed to connect policymakers, stakeholders and world's leading energy experts to help them share the results of their work, such as the landmark Global Energy Assessment, which provided over 40 pathways to simultaneously achieve sustainable energy access for all and enhanced security while reducing pollution and slowing climate change.